what's up guys? Steve with Next Gen Baseball. Today I'm going to go over some tips on how you can field a routine ground ball. These are going to be the most common plays you're ever going to get in a game. So these ones you want to make sure you can do consistently every time. So let's jump into the video right now. First tip I got for you is actually not technique related. It's actually just understanding where to be positioned. So a couple things we want to try and understand where to position ourselves on the field is know the hitter. Understand that most hitters are going to tend to favor their pull sides. So if you don't know what that is, a right-handed hitter his pull side is going to be towards the left side of the field, while a left-handed hitter is going to be towards the right side of the field. So most hitters that are going to come up are going to be right-handed, which is going to mean that they're going to be going to left field. So as a defender, what I want to try to do is shade towards that side of the field, because that's most likely where he's going to be hitting that baseball. Left-handed hitter, on the other hand, he's going to be going more towards the second base side. So I'm going to want to try and shade towards the right side of the field right there and kind of try to pinch those holes and try to seal them up and make sure nothing gets by. So now that we've adjusted ourselves laterally, left and right, we also want to adjust our depth. So a couple things we want to understand as well is, what is the speed of the hitter? Is this a pretty fast runner? Do we need, if he's a fast runner, we're going to need to play in on him a little bit more. If he's a little bit slower, we might be able to play a little bit further back. There's also a lot of other details in there in which you might want to adjust your positioning, such as maybe you're in no doubles defense, or maybe you're trying to concede a run. We're not going to cover those little details, just kind of some basic stuff. Just seal up those holes, play towards the pull side of a hitter. Also adjust your depth accordingly based on their speed and based on their power, and also really based on your arm strength. Understand that your footwork is going to be everything here. So when it comes to getting our ready position, you don't have to be in a defensive stance the entire time you're on the field. You're going to wear yourself out that way. It's okay for you to kind of walk around just like I'm doing. Maybe you kick around some dirt, smooth out the field in front of you. And so once that pitcher goes into his motion, we're going to start to take that creep step forward. And then right when he gets to about his release, we're up on our toes, and then we're down in a ready position. That way, when that ball gets to home plate and that batter makes contact, we can actually shift faster that way. If I'm stuck down here for an extended period of time and then that ball gets put in play, my muscles kind of lock up. It's actually harder for me to get a good first step. So once that pitcher goes in his motion, we're going to creep step forward onto our toes and then down into a ready position, and then we're back ready for the next pitch, or we're moving, getting after that baseball. All right, now let's actually get into our ground ball technique. One thing to remember is understand that no two ground balls are the same. That some balls are gonna be hit harder than others. We're gonna have to range a little bit more. They're all a little bit different. But generally speaking, when we're taking a routine ground ball and we get in our ready position, the first step we wanna try to take is gonna be with our right foot. And we're gonna try to shade the center of our body to the right side of the baseball so I can get around it and work my feet towards first base and get off a good, strong, accurate throw. What a lot of young guys will do is, instead of taking that route, they'll hang back and just try to catch the ball, and then they have to make a long, flat-footed throw. Another thing that young guys will do is that when they're trying to take that banana route, a lot of times they'll go too far to their right and then have to try to come back over and try to get that ball before it gets past them. Just remember, don't go too far to your right. This is just a very small baby step towards the right side of the baseball. We're just getting enough to load up our leg so we can start to get our momentum going towards first base. Sometimes that ball gets hit hard at us and we're not gonna have time to work our feet at all. We're just gonna have to be stagnant. But the good news is on a hard hit balls is that batter doesn't have a lot of time to get out of the box, so it gives us time to work our feet. So what I'm gonna be doing here, just kind of hold your ground, really load your legs up, and then as you field that ball, your weight is gonna be kind of shifting forward, so then you can start to work your feet from there. And so that's kind of how you'll field harder hit ground balls. But what we want at the end of the day, whether it's hit softly or hard, we are trying to shift our momentum towards our throw, which is gonna be that first base side. All right, guys, my last tip for you is going to be repeat, repeat, repeat. You have to do this over and over again. When you're fielding your ground balls from your coach, make sure you're working your feet towards first base. Don't just be fielding those ground balls and throwing it back in. Get around it, work your feet to first, then throw the baseballs back into your coach. So I hope you found this video entertaining, guys. Please like and subscribe if you want to continue to see more videos. And I would also really appreciate it just if you just hit that like button. So that's it for this week, and I'll see you in the next video.